use my name, but I provided the names of Brett Kavanaugh and Mark Judge.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give before this committee will be the truth?
This was a really extraordinary day in Washington. You had this hours-long hearing where you had two people who were up there clearly going through really emotional, difficult times, talking about the impact that these allegations have had on their families and them personally.
My name is Christine Blasey Ford. I am a professor of psychology at Palo Alto University and a research psychologist at the Stanford University School of Medicine.
You saw Christine Blasey Ford. The uniqueness of her testimony was that she was a really unknown person. She is not a public figure. She's not somebody who's ever been in this kind of situation before. She was clearly nervous, but she was also composed, and she was steady in her accounting and declared that she was 100% certain that Brett Kavanaugh was the person who assaulted her these many years ago.
Would you please rise, sir? Yes. Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give before the committee will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
When Kavanaugh came up, it was quite a different Brett Kavanaugh than we have seen in other settings. He was angry. He had torn up his initial statement, had a completely new opening statement, and really took aim at Democrats and the Judiciary Committee for this whole process, accusing them of essentially railroading him and his nomination at the very last minute.
This whole 2-week effort has been a calculated and orchestrated political hit, fueled with apparent pent-up anger about President Trump and the 2016 election.
In other instances, Kavanaugh got into some exchanges with Democratic senators that even he clearly realized were not helpful. In one in particular, he had to come back from a break and apologize to Senator Amy Klobuchar when he shot back at her a question about her own drinking habits. And again, he came back from a break and realized that that hadn't gone over very well.
Just going to say, I started my last colloquy by saying to Senator Klobuchar how much I respect her and respected what she did at the last hearing, and she asked me a question at the end that I responded by asking her a question, and sorry I did that. This is a tough process. I'm sorry about that.
There was this really interesting dynamic here where the Republican senators and the Judiciary Committee are all men, and for that reason, they had asked a female sex crimes prosecutor to do the questioning of Ford. They also had set out for her to do the questioning of Kavanaugh, but she only got through a couple of rounds, and Lindsey Graham was the first Republican senator who stepped in and did his own questioning, and from there it really set the tone, and the other Republican senators all did their own questioning while Rachel Mitchell, the prosecutor, just sat nearby silently.
Did you know that her and her staff had this allegations for over 20 days?
I did not know that at the time.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me.
These were two witnesses in very high-pressure situations, both handling these situations very differently, and both, I think, for their supporters coming across as credible and probably not winning a ton of support from across the aisle.